Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses as we continue with Lesson 29, Jesus Came and Touched Them, of International Esoteric and Illuminated Bible Lessons by R. Swinburne Clymer. International Illuminated Bible Lessons prepared for the Sunday Schools of the Church of Divine Illumination. Matthew, 17th chapter, 1st to 14th verses. Golden text. And Jesus came and touched them and said, Arise and be not afraid. Verse 1. And after 6 days Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart. Verse 2. And was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. He could not have been transfigured before the other disciples, nor any other place, for he took them apart, where there were no antagonistic or destructive vibrations. These 3 disciples were developed beyond the others, and there was harmony and love between them. There would have been a great demonstration and persecution had this taken place before many. But all the greatest works of Jesus were accomplished in the silence, in secrecy, and before a few, not before the multitude, for he did not seek glory and praise. His power was within, and only those who were illuminated within could see him illuminated or transfigured. Verse 3. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias, talking with Jesus. This was not a materialization seance. They were not brought to earth. The spiritual vision of Peter, James, and John was illuminated to the extent of seeing into the soul realm of the spiritual. In the 4th verse, we again find Peter swerving from the soul sense into the material obligations. He would accept the old prophets and build to them material monuments. He wanted to produce something the material eye could see. Verse 5. While he yet spoke, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. A cloud overshadowed them, and they heard a voice. This was the voice of the Spirit. Peter desired a material building, but the voice commanded them that Christ is the Son, and should be followed, and not the prophets of the material age. Christ is the Son. Hear ye him. Verse 6. And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their faces, and were sore afraid. This is the dweller of the threshold, the fear of the Spirit. Verse 7. And Jesus came and touched them and said, Arise and be not afraid. We need have no fear when we hear the voice. It is the voice of the Christ within the soul, which is the voice out of the cloud. Verse 9. And as they came down from the mountaintop, Jesus charged them, saying, Tell the vision to no man until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead. Note the word again in this phrase, risen again from the dead. Is there more than one resurrection? Yes. The first death is the resurrection or illumination of the Christ within the soul of man. The second death is the final triumph over the flesh, the world, and all evil. It is the supreme man of God, the illumined, perfect soul, which is sonship. Verse 10. And his disciples asked him again, Why then say the scribes, Elias must first come? Verse 11. And Jesus said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. Verse 12. But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. John the Baptist was the restorer of the lost mental laws. Manifestations and phenomena were as high as they had attained in that age. They were seeking enlightenment among the disembodied souls, not realizing that it was impossible to communicate with souls above them. We can only communicate with souls of our own plane, those who are in harmony with our own souls. These self-righteous, bigoted Pharisees and scribes could not attain to any great heights. Hence, the letter of the law was authority, for the spiritual law was lost to them. John the Baptist was the reincarnated Elias. He prepared the way for the Christ by preparing the mind, turning the minds away from evil to bring forth fruits meant for repentance. Verse 13, the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.